And to make the change stick, it's about staying in the frequency where the transformation is and recognizing that as your natural place, natural frequency of who you are. And when we do that, we are able to hold the resonance, and then we start finding change happens in our life because all change starts internally. And remember, there's only two energies, love and fear. You're either coming from a place of knowing yourself as love, or you are caught in some perception of fear. And it can be some agenda, something you think you want, but if you think you want it from a place of fear, then that's fear. And so this is why when we talk about it, we create from, well, what do you love? What is that you love? And this is where when we do it, if when we do the conflict process and we do any of these healings, what we're doing is just bringing you back to love. So there's a little, distinction to be made there. So I want you to look at something that's going on in your life, doesn't matter what it is. Allow yourself to recognize if it is causing you resistance. If there is something that is not in wholeness there, then you know you are sitting in fear. You know you are caught, or you are looking at, or you are putting your attention on the resistance, not on the truth of light. So what we do here then now, we'll go into it. So what I want us to do is to allow yourself to bring your attention inward, just bring it into your heart or your third eye, either is fine. And allow yourself to step into the feeling tone of that love that is there. And as we allow ourselves to connect with that love, connecting to the I am inside of you, or outside of you, just the I am, we are just connecting to love. And step into the feeling tone of just being in that love. And when we step into that feeling tone of just being in the love, we recognize that everything is perfect. And then you just allow yourself to be there in that perfection. Good. That's it. And as you allow yourself to be in that perfection, there's this, it's funny, there's like this bubble of emotion that's wanting to push up out of you. And just allow it to push up out of you. Just allow the bubble to push up out of you. And for some of us, there is the energy of fear that rises. Some will go into the bliss and be able to be in the love, and others will experience what they perceive as some sort of fear. And it's just the non-truth. That's all it is. It's just the non-truth. And we allow ourselves to untangle from the conditions of this non-truth. That's it. There you go. Good. Now, as you're there and you connect with the conditions of that non-truth, let's allow ourselves to go a little deeper. Good. Now, what I want you to think of in your mind is to bring into mind your desired end result. So like for Steve, in your heart and your rhythm or whatever, they're just out of beat. What's the desired end result you want? And just think about it. And what's the feeling tone of that desired end result? Same with you with your cough there, Carol. What's the desired end result? Well, the desired end result for the cough is just to be breathing and everything being normal. You're not even focused on the cough. What does that feel like? And with the heart just beating normally and just doing its thing, what is that like? There'll be a feeling tone with it. Good, steady love. What does steady love look like or feel like? Love is always there. It is just the meanings that we place upon it that makes it fluctuate. That's it. So now that we recognize the feeling tone of our end result, the feeling tone of the end result is the resonance or the frequency where the answer is. So you know it's there. You've already been shown it. You've already felt it. You've already experienced it. So when you bring your attention back to the so-called problem or where you are right now, you will notice there's a different feeling. There'll be the mind maybe trying to work it out. There'll be the discontent, the frustration, the irritation of some sort, of it not being right. So there'll be some form of judgment. And so you recognize when you're in this place that you are focusing on the not truth. And it's not about beating yourself up there, it's just recognizing it. Now, as you recognize it, you can put a number to it, on 0 to 10, just to see how much resistance is there from knowing yourself. And then what we want you to do, what they're wanting you to do today, is in recognizing that and owning it, and just being honest with yourself that that's the resistance that you have there. And as you do, they want you to walk through a golden veil. It's like in your heart, there's this beautiful veil. And it is you are just walking into this veil or into this gold light. This gold light of purification, of connection, of realizing that everything is always perfect. And you're taking in that concept of yourself that something is wrong, that it shouldn't be this way. And you take that concept of being that person that thinks that this needs to change. And you take that with you through the veil. You're taking it into the superconscious. You're taking it into that feeling of that love or that. And as you take it in there with you, you ask for forgiveness upon yourself and it. Because this concept of yourself does not know what you do. That aspect of yourself does not realize how it's been hurting you. That's it. And as you allow yourself to take that concept of yourself into, through that gold veil and into this purity, it begins to unravel. And as it unravels, you'll notice that you begin to feel lighter and you begin to rise. And as you begin to rise and feel lighter, all the meanings that you have associated to why you have this condition or whatever's going on will come forward and allow yourself to dissolve. At no time are you asking to get it out. At no time are you trying to fix it. You are just witnessing that concept of itself play out. And you are from a deeper level in forgiveness of yourself, where you are sinning. And all that sinning means is you are missing the mark. Because your desired end result is the mark. And your discomfort or your experience of whatever you're having is where you perceive you are missing the mark and you are lowering your vibration. You are stepping out of joy. That's it. And if you find you have anger or resentment rise in you, bless it, thank it, and look what is under that anger or that resentment. There is a judgment there of some form. There may be a judgment that you're powerless. There may be a judgment that you're not worthy. There may be a judgment of not being enough. There may be a judgment of criticism. The anger and the resentment is just the on top of what's underneath. So allow yourself to let it push up and allow the boil or the perception of that old habit that's been keeping you stuck in that concept of yourself be exposed. Because all you're focusing on is being in the truth of love. And you're allowing it to be brought to the surface. There's an energy of abandonment here. An energy of being abandoned. And you may find that your identity and your ego is going into a slight oscillation about you abandoning that concept of yourself. And there may be all sorts of fears and shrills and carrying on and attacking you. Any form of attack is fear. And so you stand there in your light of your end result that you desire, and that consciousness, and you allow this to unravel and see itself unraveling in your consciousness. There's an energy that's coming up here being cleared of being hurt or not wanted. not being needed, or not being loved. And no matter how someone could want you, or need you, or love you, you could never receive it because of your construct that you have here in this way of being where you've been. That's it. There you go. Just bring that up. Let all that hurt and all that solidness just come up, and just let it come up as a piece of solidness. I'm not going to worry about the emotions or anything on it. But just let that old concept of yourself that you could never be loved. It wasn't for you this lifetime. And that's just a story. But you bought it hook, line, and sinker. And you imagined it, and you kept imprinting that imagination onto your consciousness until you made it reality. And we're just pulling that big core out of your consciousness. You're not allowed to be abundant. You're not allowed to be total health and vitality. You're not allowed to be whatever it is for you. Just let it come up. Just let it come up. And we're just recoding here. What we're doing at the moment is we're letting the core of all these things rise. The so-called buried dead bodies, dead concepts of yourself are just rising, and you're seeing them. And you see as they come up into the light, they just dissolve and just melt away. And you got the opportunity as they melt away to recode them. And you ask for the higher consciousness, for the divine, your pure source energy, to recode them in alignment with your end result that you choose. And you just keep letting them come up through you. They're just like waves and waves of dust or particles or locked in traumas and perceptions, and they're all just releasing. But deep down inside of you, there's a deep, deep hurt. The one that you won't usually go to. And I want you to allow yourself from this place of light to enter down into your consciousness for that one desire that you just wish and would love to know yourself as. And you've got that one resistance holding deep down inside of you, where you won't let anyone go. You won't let anyone else see. And I want you to go there. That deep non-truth that controls you. And go down there and take it by the hand. For some of you, it is wrapped in bandages. There's all kinds of wounds. For some of you, it is like a leper with parts of you falling off. That's how you've been treating it or seeing yourself. For some of you, there is nothing but a stench coming from this aspect of yourself. This is the part that you try to bury down, that part of yourself that you won't allow yourself to love. That's it. That part of you where you believe you are rotten. That's it. That part that you keep buried. And all you're doing is dropping little drops of golden light, of love, into it. And then you bring it by the hand forward into the love. That one thing that's been holding you back, that you've been searching for all your life, that program that's been running in your consciousness, wears many different hats. Where we go to the core. And we bring it into the light. Not to be judged, not to get rid of it, but to see the truth. To see that it too is the beloved. But we haven't been able to see it. We have denied that of ourselves. Through whatever judgment, whatever criticism, whatever story has been made up. And as you bring it into the light, just ask for it to be recoded. And allow the dirt to fall off it. And the rottenness will just fall away. And you'll be left with a beautiful being of light. That's it. Keep going. Keep letting yourself bring it up. Keep going, let it be there. There's a temptation here for some of you where you wanted to let it go back into its old house. So with this beautiful golden light, allow that stream of light to go back down the pathway where you retrieved this from. In that darkness, and allow that to be filled with light. So there's no return. Let the dead bury the dead. And allow yourself to cut the cord of the victim consciousness that you held yourself in here. And allow that umbilical cord coming out of your kidneys, fear, out of your jaw, anger, and out of your heart, resentment. Allow those cords to be pulled out of your body. And let the hurt go. And it's almost like you crash to your knees, sobbing that you have been lost for so long. Because you did not know. And pull the cord out of the back of your neck. Where it was connected to that fear. And you would speak with venom or anger. And allowing the cord to be pulled out of the back of your head, where it clouded your vision and what you heard or what you could hear because of the lack of love for yourself. That's it. There you go. Good. Beautiful. That's an allow where those cords have been removed to be filled with light. That's it. Let it build. there is still a feeling here of contamination, and this is in your consciousness. So you still have judgment of this aspect of yourself. Remember the frequency of your end result, of how it was the love, the joy, the bliss, whatever it was. And yet you look at this aspect of yourself with some form of contentment, some form of less than. You judge it. You judge yourself. Just notice it. Notice the judgment. And you recognize it as another aspect of your identity, criticizing and keeping you prisoner. That's it. And just sit with it. Don't beat it up. Don't blame it. Don't just sit with it. And love it too, asking it to be recoded. And allow those judgments, those weights to be taken from your shoulders. Everywhere you condemn yourself, ask for forgiveness and atonement, for you did not know what you did. And realize it was never yours to try and get rid of. That all you had to do was to recognize it and then hand it over. And the courage is in the recognizing that old concept, because there will be shame. And that's why we bury it, because we feel shameful that we ever thought of ourselves that way, or that we could stand in this amazing light of love with this blemish on us, because we have forgotten. We went to sleep. We forgot that we are the light. That's it, and allow that to open. And that blemish that you thought was so big is just like a little speck of dust. So just allow it to melt away. There you go, that's better. Now allow it to be recoded on all dimensions, or levels, or lifetimes, or bodies, right to the present moment. And allow yourself to shed that skin of that old consciousness of shame and betrayal that you've worn for so long, that has become like a coat for you, where you would not know yourself as the truth. And allow yourself to now come out into the light. That's better. That's it. There's just a little energy of resentment moving again there, just letting that go. Where you judge yourself. And just step up into the light of recoding it for, looking down on your life with nothing but pure love and light. Allow yourself to turn it up. You need to go up a touch higher. Go up into the frequency a touch higher. Turn it up a little bit more, please, guys. Turn the joy up a little bit higher. Allowing yourself to break through up into the serenity. That's it there, going up into there, and just allowing yourself to recognize yourself as that frequency of light. And allow it to flood down through you into all aspects of your consciousness. Letting those old concepts go. That's it. For some of you, you are still holding a resistance to allow yourself to have that much love. I can still feel a resistance in the consciousness, a layer where there is still a judgment that you are hanging on to. Just ask for it to be recoded. Ask for it to be released. Ask for the grace of God or the mercy for you that does not know what to do to allow this be recoded on all dimensions. Allow yourself to let the grip go of your old egoic mind and concepts of yourself. Allow yourself to just let go and just float in that light, allowing yourself to let the recoding happen, letting go of those attachments to that old way of being. That's it. Now just allow that light, that fire, to burn down through your neurological system. Just burning through your nerve endings, burning into the mind, into the brain, burning down through all the different systems in the body. That's it. Just allow that light to just burn. It's just like a little bead of light, like gunpowder being lit. Just allow it to burn down through your consciousness. And just like when you are going out to sea, untie yourself from the dock and allow yourself to begin floating out into those higher levels of consciousness. That's it. You're letting go of that old concept of yourself as you're moving out into the deeper waters of the light. That's better. And those old burdens just fall away. That's better. Good. Now you've let go. Allow yourself to move out into the unknown. Knowing that you are always with love. You are never alone. That's it. And just allow yourself to go into the deeper levels, to where you have been recoding how you choose to live your life. That's it. Keep going out into that frequency where you choose to live your life. And allow yourself to align with it, seeing through your eyes, hearing through your ears, and feeling and tasting what it's like in this frequency. That's it. That's it. Just rise above a bit more. Just rise above. And as you're rising up there, there's what I'm watching is what I'm looking for is the fusion. And it's like a spark of light where you fuse with that consciousness. Allow yourself to melt into it. And there's a spark or there's a connection. You're no longer looking at it. You're looking through it as it. impregnate yourself with that feeling tone. That's it. There you go. Some of you are doing it. Beautiful. There you go. Yeah. Notice the difference. Notice how it's all just changes. Beautiful. That's it. Just breathe into it. Breathe into this way of being. That's it. Now, just allow yourself to connect with that coding, those thoughts. That action step, that way of being. And just allow that light to flood down through you, down through the crown of your head, down through your body, totally sealing you off from all of that old way of being. Notice how you're totally sealing off from that old way of being. You are now this new way of being. Why they're telling me to tell you that is because some of you are going back into your old environment. And it's going to be like you're going to get dipped in the ink of the old environment. But it won't touch you because it cannot get through. You will still be in the old environment, old things, old habits, old behaviors will still be wandering around outside of you. But you'll notice they don't affect you the same. They don't feel the same. They're not the same. They're just different. That's because they cannot penetrate into your consciousness. When you recognize that, you then continue focusing on that which you desire and you choose and you just start walking forward. You allow the tension of your end result to be pulling you towards it. And you just walk through the crowds or the masses or whatever it is, and you just are the light that is just cutting through to where you're going. The noise around you will not matter. It's just noise because you are now free. It'll be like you have Teflon over you and you just slip through where there was resistance before. And as you have this knowingness in you, you just move towards that which you desire. You will come across obstacles. There will be things that try to block you, but do not worry. You are being pulled in the direction of that which you desire. You are connected to the frequency of it. Enjoy the journey. But just because you find yourself in a familiar situation, it does not matter. You are different. It is who you are being internally that maneuvers you differently in that situation. The situations don't really change that much, but it's who you're being as you maneuver through those situations. And life changes. Because you're no longer caught by that resistance, you no longer have that rottenness inside of you that you condemned. You're able to move beyond it. There you go. And you just feel the love and the joy in you as you move beyond it. You just go, oh, I don't got to worry about fixing the external circumstances and appearances, they take care of themselves as you keep moving forward. Yes, there's things to be done, there's actions to be taken, processes to be put in place. But you do it, you do not lose yourself to the actions. You stay in the light. You stay in that feeling of joy while you do those actions. And it is when the alignment of the internal joy is matched by the external actions that manifestation happens, that healing happens. Good. Good. So as you come back into your waking state here now and here, there's no need to turn this frequency off. You stay in it. And you look at life through these eyes. That's it. You're back.